Department. We're here today to provide an update in the Carlee Russell investigation. Chief Nick Durzis will read a prepared statement that will provide an update in this case. After reading the statement, we will have time for a few questions related to the case. Keep in mind, this is still an ongoing investigation, and there are some questions we simply cannot answer at this point. With that, I'll turn it over to Chief Durzis.
Thank you, Captain.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Thanks to everyone for attending again today. I want to thank the members of our department and all of law enforcement who played a role in the investigation of this case. Last Wednesday, July 19th, we held a press conference and provided you with the facts of the Carlee Russell disappearance. We told you the investigation was ongoing. We helped you determine where Carlee was during the 49 hours of her disappearance. Today, I've talked to and received a statement from Mr. Emery Anthony, attorney for Carlee Russell. Mr. Anthony has scheduled a meeting for Carlee to meet with investigators early this afternoon, but then I received an email stating that a statement was being provided by him on her behalf. Mr. Anthony asked that I read the statement in its entirety, which I will do now. My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or any hotel with anyone during the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, as to her friends and family. We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Carlee, again, ask for your forgiveness and prayers. We have a meeting scheduled with Mr. Anthony to further discuss this case. We're currently in discussions with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office in Bessemer about possible criminal charges related to this case, and we will announce those charges when and if they are filed.
All right, with that, we'll take a few questions. As Officer Hale said, when I call on you, please state your name and your affiliation. Yes, sir.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 100.1 FM Summit Media. Chief, do we at this time, or does the Hoover Police Department know the whereabouts of Carlee Russell during that 49-hour period that she was supposedly missing?
Now, as I said the other day, was talking facts and everything. If I said anything today, would just be speculation. Actual facts, we do not.
Aaron Llewellyn, WBCM 13. Can you tell us what her motivation was for doing this, if you can?
I wish I could tell you. I think only Carlee knows, and maybe her attorney now. But again, the statement that we received from him does not indicate any.
Brittany G. WBRC, can you give us an idea of what charges you may be filing against her?
That would strictly be up to the district attorney's office.
David Lamb, CBS 42.
Scheduled with the attorney, and that will take place some point tomorrow.
And there is no meeting with Carlee Russell or her family at this point?
Not scheduled, no, sir.
Bria Chapman with Fox 6. What's next to close this investigation?
Well, again, we want to talk to Mr. Anthony tomorrow and see if he has any more to discuss about the case. We'll certainly be asking if we'll get an opportunity to again interview Carlee like we've wanted to since she returned.
Chief Stephen Quinn, ABC 3340.
Yes.
Your reaction now, knowing that Carlee has admitted that this was made up?
Well, I'm glad that we got this. You know, we certainly laid the facts out to you guys and to the national media that had a lot of interest in this particular case. The sad thing is that again, there were so many people that were involved, took this thing very, very seriously, and again, we wanted the focus to be bringing her home. She got home. We're very excited about that. It is what it is. The facts, I think, last Wednesday pretty much showed that we knew that it was a hoax. Please.
Lisa Crane with WBTM 13. Do you know the expense you went to during this search? And if you don't have a dollar figure for us, just how big it was for you guys?
Well, it was all hands on deck, and we don't have a dollar figure yet. But we're certainly working towards getting one, and not only ours, but there'll be other agencies that had a lot of support that they gave us and had monetary expenses themselves.
Jonathan, when JLR investigates, are the parents under any investigation?
As I said the other day, we were going to try to determine exactly those 49 hours. So right now, and anything's on the table. We still don't know what happened in those 49 hours, where she was. Did she have any help? We have no idea. I read the statement from Mr. Anthony. That's all we know.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 Summit Media. Chief, let me ask you this. What do you think prompted or provoked Carlee to do this kind of thing? And are there any kind of mental issues that the police department or the public should be concerned about, or just what?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, it's this is this was elaborate deal. I mean, when you talk about calling a 911 and being up on the interstate, again, it would all be conjecture. So really, I don't know. I was hoping that we'd have an opportunity to interview and we'd be able to ask her those questions.
Were any others involved in putting this story together for her?
Mr. Anthony, in his statement, says there was not.
Liviana Calmes, WPRC, Fox 6 News. You said that you had a meeting scheduled and it kind of switched into a statement. Did they give any type of reason that switched?
No, they did not.
Back here.
Aaron Llewellyn, WBTM 13. Was not in custody right now.
That is correct. That is correct.
Last question with David.
David Lamb, once again. So first of all, when did you actually see this letter? And second of all, do these admissions and the content of the letter alter the investigation at all?
No, not at all. We'll continue to investigate. We're still trying to determine where she was during those 49 hours. But I am glad that we received this. It at least puts some of the social media super sleuths hopefully at rest for a little bit as far as the conjecture of what everybody thinks took place. We know that by her own admission, it didn't happen.
This chick lied. She fucking lied.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
What's up, family? Welcome to another live edition of Random Topic Tuesdays. She lied, no surprise. That's what we're talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm back in my room. My Wi-Fi is just better back here than it is in the big room, y'all. So it's been confirmed what we all knew, at least from the last week or so, that Carlee Russell propagated a hoax onto the American people by stating she saw a toddler running along the side of the freeway, and then claiming that she was abducted by two white folks and kidnapped and stripped naked to where she walked a period of 600 yards all the way to her house, leaving several items in the car, including her iPhone, iPhone charger, other things, but left her wig there. But had money in her pocket, as well as siphoning a roll of toilet paper from her work. And on July 22nd, it was announced that she was fired from her job. She is no longer employed. And on top of that, and the picture you saw was Carlee Russell and her boyfriend. He is now her ex-boyfriend, Thomas Simmons, who was defending her originally, has put out a statement condemning her for her actions. Now, I'm going to play another video, but I want to show you what Thomas Simmons had to say on IG. He went on and blasted her. Now, earlier, a couple of days ago, he actually went on social media asking people to stop bullying Carlee over the situation. And he wrote this article. Well, he didn't write an article, but he wrote and released a statement basically pleading with everyone to stop bullying her, stating, the only thing I think is this: I want everyone to stop bullying her. I know what it seems like, what she did. Just stop bullying on social media, he told the New York Post. Think about her mental health. She doesn't deserve that. She doesn't. Nobody deserves to be cyberbullied. Nobody deserves to be cyberbullied, but nobody deserves to be lied to either, Mr. Simmons. People are upset with her because her trifling ass flat out lied. That's the point. when you're talking about a hate crime, I want you to think about this. In the history, especially of Black folks, where we are usually never believed about situations, white women are believed more than Black men, than Black women. They can start a riot based off of a lie, a la the Tulsa, Oklahoma race riots, Rosewood, Emmett Till. I can go on. Those situations that have happened in history, the Scottsboro boys. Hell, we can do it fast forward. Look what's happening to Bill Cosby, Jonathan Majors. The point being is that you can start a war. You can start lives have been lost off of lies. This was not something you play with when you're talking about a hate crime that has taken place, or that you were kidnapped or abducted by white supremacists, like what Juicy Jussie did up in Chicago. Pulling a hoax off, paying 2 Nigerians who couldn't even get their stories right to fake beat you up. You got police officers involved trying to find this girl. Millions of, I don't know what the total cost is, but the money that was put up in which to locate her. This is not something you play with. And she deserves this blowback. Barring some type of mental health issue, I don't even see it, because this is somebody who was in nursing school. This was somebody who has had a steady paying job. Her parents seem well-to-do. She's an AKA. So what mental health did she have? She got multiple personality disorder? Now, all of that. Yeah, I'm a believer in due process as an attorney. I always believe that. But from what I have seen, from the preliminary information, everything everybody's seen, and I've spoken to lawyers myself, criminal defense lawyers, fellow defense attorneys, she needs to be prosecuted. That's what a lot of them say. I'm hearing former judges, as Judge Joe Brown, he talked about it, that there needs to be a prosecution with this. I don't know what I can put it to you like this. If she's got to put up money, she's going to have to look at selling her car. She's going to look at all of that stuff, because they will come for money. They will come for, that is Alabama. And I'm seeing people talking about the fact, well, Carolyn Bryan Dunham lied. White women lied. Hey, this is not it, folks. We know that they lied. That's not an excuse. Yes, we know racism is real in this country, that there is bias and prejudice, but that is not an excuse to do something unrighteous. And I get tired of people saying that. She did that, we should do it. I don't care. No. You know why? It's going to hurt us. It hurts us in the long run. It hurts the next Black woman who says, I was raped, I was kidnapped. Read the story of the boy who cried wolf. In this case, it's the girl who cried wolf. And there's a length that some people are going to defend that. There's nothing to defend. Barring if there's some type of mental health, look, I'm open to that. Although I think we use that as a cop-out. She is I can't see a mental health issue just because, given her background, unless you can tell me there was something drastically that happened, if she was coerced into doing that, I don't know. From all what we've gathered, she got an attorney, which I think was a smart thing. And the attorney in the case seems like he's very smart, because he's basically answering through her as a filter. So she hasn't made an admission publicly, as the admission has been through her lawyer. And there can be legal ramifications from this. But the boyfriend who was initially defending her, he has smartened up and basically blasted her, because now he's calling her his ex. He's gone off. He posted an Instagram page, an Instagram message, where he says he was blindsided by what he saw. So He said, and I'm going to put it up here. He called it disgusting, this kidnap hoax. He wrote, Carlee's actions created hurt.
Carlee Russell is now home safe. The 25-year-old disappeared
Carlee Russell, and he deleted all social media posts about her, but he said this. I gotta put the fan on. I'm gonna be like Sean. Carlee's actions created hurt, confusion, and dishonesty. I was made aware of the false narrative after coming to the defense of my ex, Carlee Russell. So he put ex. He's no longer calling it her boyfriend. Myself and my family nature was to react in love and genuine concern. We are disgusted by the outcome of this entire situation. You have the mother of a murder victim who came out, Shea Wardrop Pinklington Wiley, who posted on Facebook last Wednesday, describing how Miss Russell's case brought back the sickening feelings she felt when her daughter, Madison Pilkington, was murdered. That's right. So you had people that were involved. This woman who lost her daughter was involved trying to find this girl because she didn't want her family to go through what she went through. Searching for kids. Yeah, this is Juicy Smollett's sister, Jessica Smollett. Juicy Jessie, Filthy Carlee. That's what I call her. This is bullshit. And today is the birthday. You know, today is Emmett Till's birthday, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But too many people have been killed over this stuff. That's why I don't play with stuff like that. I've been a victim of a hate crime myself. You don't play with staging crimes and so forth. What were you going to get out of it? What are you going to get out of it? This is the article here. Y'all can read there. But yeah, the boyfriend blasted it. He's removed all traces of himself from social media. Thomas Simmons, he's removed all traces of himself on social media. He deleted all his social media. Yeah. He knew the jig was up. Y'all remember when her dad did that interview with Today? He knew it was up. The dad didn't say nothing. He was on code, at least. I give him that. But yeah, but this is the statement he put on Instagram. So, he says, this is the whole one on his IG. Carlee's actions created hurt, confusion, and dishonesty. I was made aware of the false narrative after coming to defense of my ex, Carlee Russell. So he led into it. He led into it. Then what we got is her attorney. Shout out to Darius from Atlanta, CC, all of y'all. Her attorneys has actually spoken. So we have a legal ramifications about what was going to happen to her. And I'm going to play that right now. This is coming courtesy of CBS 42. This is a video. So her attorney, I hope she got a brother.
live from Hoover City Hall, where that meeting was held today. David, a lot of people were shocked yesterday after that news conference. Is there any word
I
today on
wasn't.
whether any criminal charges could be coming?
Carlee, I spoke with Emory Anthony. He is the attorney for Carlee Russell, and he did confirm that he does expect charges to be filed. He does expect that to take place. So that is kind of the next shoe to drop in this case. The meeting that happened earlier today, it does follow that amazing press conference yesterday where Chief Nick Durzis read the letter from Carlee Russell written with Mr. Anthony alongside her, where she admitted to no kidnapping and no baby. We were there on the side of the road at the child on I-459. We were there this morning when Mr. Anthony arrived. The meeting was slated for 10 a.m. He got here around 9:45 this morning. That meeting took place between he and Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis. It only lasted for 15 to 20 minutes, but as soon as that meeting wrapped up, Mr. Anthony came outside, and here's his thoughts after that meeting today. Whenever Carlee Russell was discussed again, Emory Anthony meeting with Nick Durzis. Here's his thoughts after that meeting.
It's a great meeting, a short meeting, just to try to identify some things about where we go from here.
I like the glasses.
Responsibilities that we need to take care of. But it was a great meeting, and I want to commend the Hoover Police Department and the Chief of Police for their action and how they have handled everything. So hopefully we can get to the end game, as they say, of this particular thing.
And as a part of that end game, it does appear as though that is going to be the arrest of Carlee Russell. It appears at this point that that is imminent. Mr. Anthony confirming to me once again that Carlee Russell, he does expect her to be arrested and for charges to be filed. We'll continue to follow it. Much more from that press conference, and we'll have much more on this story as we continue to follow this whole Carlee Russell affair. We'll do that all day, 4, 5, and 6, so you can catch us here live. In Hoover, David Lamb, CBS 42 News.
She's done. If the lawyer shows up before any charges have been filed, he's trying to get hints of what is coming. But based off what I think and what I know, she's likely going to be charged with falsifying a police report. Certainly that. Certainly making a phony call on 911. Just all of those things. Anything you can think of could be fraud. I don't know about that. If there is an intent to deprive, there was no money that was taken. Although I think the money from the GoFundMe, which to find her, that needs to be returned to all of the parties who donated, all of the donors that gave money to her. I do want to get this input. This is a former district attorney, United States district attorney, who spoke on a Carlee Russell case. I just want to play this. But this is not something y'all play with. This is why. And y'all know they're going to get her ass because she's back. They're not going to let this slide.
That's Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis.
That means it's coming.
Police saying yesterday they expect to meet with Carlee Russell's attorney later today with the intent to learn new information about that investigation. I talked with the Bessemer Cutoff District Attorney, Lenice Washington, last night to find out if her office is considering charges. Hoover is in her jurisdiction. Washington tells me she's talked with Chief Durzis about possible charges, but the final decision on whether a warrant or warrants will be issued against Carlee Russell lies in the hands of the magistrate. That decision will likely come this week. If it's determined Russell needs to pay back Hoover Police and other law enforcement entities for their time, restitution can also be issued. Also, DA Washington says there have been no discussions
trying to keep her out of
on anything
jail.
nefarious that could lead to charges against Carlee's parents. DA Washington would not discuss with me on the record whether charges that may apply to this case would be felony or misdemeanor. Certainly in the court of public opinion on social media, comments range from leave her alone to lock her up and make her pay back law enforcement. Here to talk more.
Yeah,
District for the Northern District of Alabama, Jay Tam.
More than likely.
Jay, good to see you this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
All right, so tell us, I know District Attorney Washington could not tell me on the record, but you tell me, what charges could she face under Alabama law?
Well, the most likely charge, if she is charged, is filing a false report with law enforcement, which is a Class A misdemeanor. Now, if there were any obstructive behaviors by any individuals, especially as it might relate to federal law enforcement, that's certainly a much more serious offense. And so, I mean, we don't know all of the facts. Really only Carlee Russell knows all of the facts, but Chief Durzis and Hoover PD know quite a bit. And so, I wouldn't expect, and it's unfair for me to sort of pontificate about what charges are appropriate or what is sort of the range of punishment here, because I don't want to put that pressure on my friend Lenise Washington or Chief Durzis. Know them both very well. But I can certainly understand the public's sort of demand or outcry anyway for some sort of consequences here for this 49-hour hoax. Right.
And I think some people may be surprised to hear that the charge you were talking about, should it be considered, is a misdemeanor. I know a lot of folks are saying, give her some jail time, and that may not apply to this case. Hoover Chief Durzis yesterday said that his department and other law enforcement entities are trying to tabulate the cost of the search and the investigation into this case. Is it likely that she could have to pay restitution, pay these departments back?
Well, that's absolutely a possibility. People don't often realize that district attorneys have the ability to recoup monies for their departments and for law enforcement through the civil arm of the DA's office. We almost always think of DAs as being criminal prosecutors, but there are statutes that allow the DA's offices to file civil cases. Now, this could all be agreed upon by the state and Ms. Russell through her attorney. But I do think that, look, if we're going to expend all of these resources looking for someone who's actually not missing, and at the same time, we have to appreciate the fact that there were other victims of crime that were not getting the attention to those investigations that perhaps happened during that 49-hour period.
Right.
Because those resources.
One of the more heartbreaking aspects of that, so many people who are legitimately missing, and
Correct.
The resources that could go into that. J-Town, always great to get your perspective on this. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Happening.
So yeah, he basically said the same thing I said. I mean, look, and I don't want to see this woman beaten up or anything like that, any harm to her. We don't certainly want that. But you do shit like this, as the old saying is, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, as Willie D says. This was stupid. This was not smart. And we as black people in particular, we got it hard already. When you go out and do things that embarrass us, embarrass the community, it hurts all of us, because even though we're behind the 8 ball already, we get put further and further back. There's no defending it. But I think she's got a smart attorney who's obviously trying to get some traction for her, trying to keep her out of jail, which is a smart thing, which any attorney would do. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing their job. So y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about something else, too, that has caught my attention. Today is the 82nd birthday of Emmett Till, July 25th. And it was announced earlier today, or shown earlier today, President Biden was there at the White House with a few of Emmett Till's family, where he signed into law, a declaration, I should say, to commemorate Emmett Till's birthday, on his birthday, basically to honor his mother and Emmett, a monument that's going to be placed out in Mississippi and in Illinois, where Emmett Till was born. So he's creating a monument to Emmett Till, the 14-year-old who was murdered by two white men back in 1955 when he was visiting his uncle for the summer break. So the Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley National Monument includes 3 protected sites in Illinois, where Emmett was born 82 years ago, and in Mississippi, where he was tortured and killed after being accused of whistling at a white woman. The monument comes as Mr. Biden has made the case for reckoning with a legacy of racism in America, even as some Republicans try to restrict how Black history is taught. As a time where there are those who seek to ban books, bury history, we're making it clear, crystal clear, crystal clear, white darkness and denialism can hide much. They erase nothing, he said during a ceremony at the White House, which was attended by Vice President Kamala Harris, as well as members of Till's family. Now, if you see in the banner that I put, I stated that this was, and I'm going to play, this is the video here. I'm going to come to my comments later, but let's look at the video. I'm going to play that right now for y'all, courtesy of the New York Times. Okay, hold on.
The story of Emmett Till and the incredible bravery of Mamie Till Mobley helped fuel the movement for civil rights in America. And their stories continue to inspire our collective fight for justice.
At a time when there are those who seek to ban books, bury history, we're making it clear, crystal clear. While darkness and denialism can hide much, they erase nothing. They can hide, but they erase nothing. We can't just choose to learn what we want to know. We have to learn what we should know. We should know about our country. We should know everything, the good, the bad, the truth of who we are as a nation.
But we can choose who we prosecute, can't we, Mr. President? Remember in 2022, there was a warrant that was filed for Carolyn Bryant Dunham, the woman who stood accusing Emmett Till of quote-unquote whistling at her, although that story has changed multiple times. She stayed, she has come out, she died recently this year in my home state of Louisiana due to cancer. And apparently in 2021, the White House, the feds, FBI had announced that they were closing the investigation and there were no charges. The United States Department said Monday it is ending its investigation into the 1955 lynching of Emmett Till, the Black teenager from Chicago who was abducted, tortured, and killed after witnesses said he whistled at a white woman in Mississippi. Till's family members said they were disappointed. There will continue to be no accountability for the infamous killing, with no charges filed against Carolyn Bryant Dunham, who the woman who accused of lying about whether Till ever touched her. Today is a day we will never forget. Till's cousin, the Reverend Wheeler Parker Jr. said during a news conference in Chicago, "For 66 years we have suffered pain. I suffered tremendously." The Justice Department reopened the investigation after a 2017 book quoted Dunham as saying she lied when she claimed the 14-year-old grabbed her, whistled, and made sexual advances while she was in a store in the small community of Money. Relatives have publicly denied that Dunham, who was in her 80s, recanted her allegations about Till. Well, even if he did such a thing, didn't warrant his murder. We know that Emmett was killed by Roy Bryant and J.W. Milam because after they were acquitted, they confessed in a paid interview with Look magazine to what they did. The Justice Department in 2004 opened an investigation of Till's killing after it received inquiries about whether charges could be brought against anyone still alive. The department said the statute of limitations had run out on any potential federal crime, but the FBI worked with state investigators to determine if state charges could be brought. In February 27, a Mississippi grand jury declined to indict anyone, and the Justice Department announced it was closing the case. But we know that there was a warrant back in 2022 that had come out that was found by some investigators into the death of Emmett Till, that Carolyn Bryant Dunham was also named as a co-conspirator in his kidnapping. There was an arrest warrant issued for her. There was an arrest warrant issued. It was signed by the clerk of the court to have her brought to justice. But that was not done because the state did its best to try and protect this white woman. The sheriff didn't even want to execute it. And I believe members of Emmett Till's family had filed some type of lawsuit sometime earlier this year to get that enforced because they thought it was wrong. It was not being it had not been enforced, and the state of Mississippi, through its AG, Fitch, I can't think of her first name right now, but her last name is Fitch. She declined to enforce that warrant. I am not happy about this statute, ladies and gentlemen. I said it's an empty gesture. And the reason I say that, it is not to be insulting, what's up, Lamiko, to Emmett Till, his family, or to especially to Mamie Till, is not to be disregard history. It is the fact that this administration, unless it's for a publicity stunt, a photo op, it has done virtually little for Black people in this country, even with a quote-unquote vice president who is Black, but only Black by convenience. This AKA, who honestly nobody is looking forward to if Joe Biden can no longer be president, steps in and takes the oath of office. Many people are not happy about that because they know she's going to be awful. Nobody even sees her half the time at press conferences. She only comes when she needs to, and it's to get votes. And most people are seeing that. The administration has like the lowest, they have the lowest approval rating, I believe, of any presidency. So nobody is sold on that. And they bring out Emmett Till and his family for a photo op, basically, to say, we're going to give you some monuments to celebrate and commemorate Emmett Till and his passing and the history behind him. And they condemn the Republicans, but at the same time, what about the racism that was exhibited by this administration? Okay. Why do you say, why are you Black males is so dusty? Why do you look like a dust mite? Using Black women's names for views. Okay. Put your ass in time. No. She went clout chasing. Y'all get rid of this. Who's this troll? I see you. Using Black women for clout. You got your nerve. We're not talking about Black women right now. So can't take the conversation, jump your ass out of here. For transgender, that explains it. That's good to know. I'm glad you're not a woman. I was praying. You're too damn ugly. Stuck your face in cookie dough, we could make some Halloween cookies. You mean you're not a woman. I'm gonna call you're a transformer. I'm gonna call you Optimus Prime. Optimus Dime is what you are. You're a Decepticon. Fatso. You look like you're pregnant. Hey, well, at least I look like I'm pregnant, but I know I can't get pregnant like you. Don't you got Eddie Murphy to go pick up in a Ferrari, to jump in his Ferrari? Look like a fucking cricket. Get off my channel. You mad you didn't get invited to RuPaul's Drag Race? Get out of here. Old country, ugly looking ass. Your Adam's apple look longer than your nose. I tell you to go fuck yourself, but you already do that. You Decepticon. I got titties, but you got to buy your pair, bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. Mitch. That's what you are, a Mitch. Suck dick like it. Okay, Ant-Man. Get Ant-Man out of here. How you gonna come on and you will talk about I'm going at black women and you're not even a woman yourself? Y'all saw I roasted him, I roasted a Mitch. I had titties, but I ain't gotta buy mine, bitch. Oh, Mitch. Oh, I was going in on it. You come on my channel, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Yeah, they're black. It's basically he's comfortable with saying if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And you get the seal of approval from, well, not just Simone Sanders, Lamiko. Charlemagne didn't even check him when he said that. The Breakfast Club, they're not going to say nothing like that. Nobody checked him. They had Cardi B interviewing Biden and so forth. They bring these rappers and hip hop artists out there who have no talent, basically to get black people to come on and vote because they think all we do is listen to rappers. And that's got our vote. That changes everything. We got to show them otherwise. That if you have no agenda, if you have no platform, and all you're going to do is give us empty slogans and empty promises while you're giving, they're even talking about giving reparations to immigrants. The Washington Post even said something to that effect. Brother Professor Black Troop talked about it. They mentioned that. You're giving this to LGBTQ. You're making this for their month. You're putting you're attaching it with the Civil Rights Bill. You're giving immigrants this, and you're giving them that. You're allowing them to come in without having to work. All right, I'm back, y'all. That was that transgender. That transgender knocked out my power. I told you it's a transformer. Transformer knocked me out. Knocked my laptop out. Knocked all my power out. So I got disconnected. But yo, I'm gonna get out of here and wrap this up. But that didn't surprise me with that. I wanted to know if you all thought it was what's your thoughts are on it. Yes, and he was not that, Cece. I was roasting his ass. But what say y'all? Do y'all care about what's going on with Biden? Do y'all think that this is an empty gesture? Your thoughts on the Emmett Till monument? Emmett Till, Mamie Mobley. I think it's just an empty gesture. It means nothing. And given the Biden administration's approval rating, they are very desperate, which is why they got this here. Let me know what y'all think. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to wrap this up. I thank you very much, Cece. I appreciate it. Yeah, none of that made any sense. No one is going to let a baby walk on the highway. Yeah, Biden attended was mentors. I mean, look, President Biden's mentors when he was a junior senator out of Delaware, and Judge Joe Brown has talked about this because he heard it. He called himself the last Dixiecrat in America, a true Dixiecrat. And Biden was mentored by the James Eastlands and John B. Stennis, who were known to be staunch racist and segregationist. Robert Byrd, who was a congressman from Georgia, he was an ex-Klansman. I know Biden went to Strom Thurmond's funeral. Strom Thurmond was a known racist. Even if he had a black daughter, I mean, look, a lot of slave owners had black children. That meant nothing. So I'm not sold on this. I think that they're desperate at this point. So we'll see what happens, y'all. But you all tell me what you think in the comment section. Right, we didn't forget what y'all think of this. So I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Get me some exercise in. Y'all be safe and be blessed. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Shout out to Mitch earlier. If you're watching on another spy channel, if you're not doing, sit on a fucking dildo. All right, that's all I got to say. I'm gonna get banned for that, but I didn't care. I'm gonna be careful so they won't mess up my channel. That was them probably messing with it earlier. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe and be blessed. Shout out to CCA. I'm laying down now. I don't even care. Y'all can see it. I'm chilling. Love y'all. All right. Be one, be blessed, be safe, man. I'll see y'all Thursday. We're gonna have Sean on. We're gonna be talking about this. So this is gonna be good. Sean's got a video going live right now. So y'all should check it out on the Carlee Russell thing. Okay. Peace out, fam. Thank you, Darius. Thank you, Cece. Thank you, Lamiko. Shout out to y'all.